Is there a limit to the number of purposes you can have in your lifetime? Let's chat about that. I'm Lenny Wennerstrom, and I'm here to help you find your purpose on this channel. One of the tools I use in order to help you with that is I read a passage every single day to you from Dr. Shad Helmstedter's book, 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk for Finding Your Purpose. A really good book. I hope you get this book. It's really good. So let's talk about how many purposes can you have on planet Earth. So this is day 315 of the year, 51 days left in 2024, 51 days left in the year today. We are 86.07% complete with 2024. So for November 10th, how many purposes can you have? Let's read the passage. How many purposes can I have? That's up to me. As long as all of my purposes work together and their paths lead in the same direction, and I can fulfill them well, there is no limit to the purposes I can bring to life. Salud. Let's see if that was a one and only. Yay, that was a one and only. Okay, so, oh, that birdie went. I thought that was a cat, but no, it's a bird. It's a plane. So you can have as many as you want. There's no limit to the purposes you can bring to life. We always talk about an overarching purpose, call it a mission. Your mission in life. What is that? Why are you here? What are you here to do? And the more you can focus in on that, you will have many, many purposes, meaning whatever it is you decide, being a parent or being a spouse or having a job that that helps others in a certain way, whatever it is, serving others in some way, just whatever that purpose is, it's so long as it all lines up, and this is not me telling you so long as it all lines up. I guess I am telling you, but what I'm saying is based on what we're talking about, is it so long as it works, it all works in the same direction, on the same path, then it says you can fulfill them well. Why can you fulfill them well? Because they have to do with your purpose, probably your overarching purpose, your mission here in life. So all of those things, you think about all the things we do in life. If you're a parent or you're a teacher or whatever career you choose, and maybe you're a chef, or you're an automobile mechanic, or you're you're a pilot with an airplane, or whatever it is, and you are in service to others rather than service to self. And I'm not talking about self-care. I'm talking about, it's all about me. I'm talking about service to other, where it's all about self-care, of course, because if you don't put your oxygen mask on first, then you cannot save your children or anyone else. And I don't mean save, meaning take care of them, being responsible for others, not being responsible, but helping others in the best way to serve. So how many purposes can you have? We're going to turn it around, right? That's up to me. That's up to you. As long as all of your purposes work together and their paths lead in the same direction. Remember, we always talk about the boat with the rudder. And when you have purpose, your boat has rudder, has a really strong rudder, and it's not at all, it knows, you know the direction in which you're steering. You may not know exactly where you're going at the moment, but you know the general direction, because you know what feels right, because it aligns with your purpose. So long as their paths lead in the same direction, and you can fulfill them well, because they all lead in the same direction to your purpose, to what it is that you are deciding that is your mission in life. And it all culminates together in all of your purposes and into feeding your mission in life, your purpose. There is no limit to the purposes you can bring to life. Very, very empowering, very, very beautiful, very, very powerful. And the more that you can really think about this and think about some of these passages, and remember, these are self-talk. These are self-talk phrases that are directives to your brain. If you were to take any of these at all, you're telling your brain, I can have as many purposes as I want, so long as they all flow together. And you're telling your brain, I want my purposes to flow in the right direction of my ultimate mission in life, which is my ultimate purpose, which is my service to others, whatever that is in whatever form it takes. And and you go back to the reading, to the passage that I read for November 9th, and the qualities, think about the qualities that you, if you have, you embody those qualities: the self-confidence, the patience, the determination to succeed, the compassion for others, and self-confidence, positive goals, a great attitude. We know that all of this, the attitude, come from the beliefs, and the beliefs come from your programs. And you can change your programs if something is not working for you. If your brain is not helping you to succeed, if your brain is sabotaging you, if you are constantly, you want to get something done, and then the end of the day comes and you really haven't accomplished anything. You haven't written down your goal, you haven't moved towards a goal, you don't even know what your goals are, you don't even know where you're going. The end of the year is coming, and the end of your life is coming, as is mine, as did Steve's, as does anyone who transitions. And we all have this short stint on planet Earth. What do you want to do with your time? Who do you want to serve, and how do you want to serve them? And if it aligns with your purpose, you'll start to see how things start flowing for you, and how even in times of change, immense change, chaotic change, however you want to look at it, big change, little change, anything, you will flow. You will flow. You will be able to find success and excel in times of change, just as Lynette and myself are doing through this whole journey with Steve that we went through. And even in his final moments, we flowed. We flowed, and we continue to flow. And, and and it is immense change. There's an immense amount of paperwork. There's an immense amount of learning curves. There's an immense amount of the feelings, that the emotions of having been with someone who was for me, my mentor, father figure, lover, a man who supported me and was my rock. He may not have supported he may not have believed that I would be able to do as I've been doing as an entrepreneur and find success in that. And he always told me, I'm not going to blow wind up your skirt. A very honest man, and just and someone who was he was always there. And so that's immense change for me. All of a sudden there's someone, and then all of a sudden that someone is no longer there, and he was in an altered form for quite a while. And that gave me a chance to really hone my practice. Lynette and I were talking about that today, and she told me, she said, Mommy, even when you were so frustrated with him, because he really did change his personality in some very fundamental ways of who he was, and it was frustrating. It was frustrating to me, and I would get frustrated with him, and then I would say, I want to come from a place of love and compassion. I don't want to be upset or low frequency or any of that. And I literally would switch my perspective, and I would feel gratitude for him for all the years and all the things we've done, knowing that there was something else happening within him that made him not really be that man that he was for so many years. And so I tried to, I didn't try, I did, I constantly changed my perspective and went within and said, and used the self-talk. I used that as a tool, that language that I'm always sharing with you to get that. I hope you will. I encourage you. I invite you to download that app, the self-talk app. You can get 30 days free, always in my description, because that helped me. It's not only rewiring your brain, but it gives that conscious mind of yours a guide, like guideposts, like how to, the stress, worry, and depression. So positive self-talk for stress, worry, and depression, self-talk for defeating problems, and it sounds like so simple, but it literally, the passages are just so empowering, and basically, no matter what is happening, I got this. Like, I can take care of this. And it gives you the steps, like the steps that you would take to solve a problem, because it says, I do this, 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 and my outcome is a positive outcome. And I always see an outcome as positive, and I'm walking my cheerful path. And, there's just, it's very, very powerful and empowering. And so I really hope, I invite you to download that app today and start your 30-day and listen to it every single day, and start with self-esteem. Start listening to self-esteem. And this is passive listening. The more that you listen, the stronger your programs become. We're talking neuroplasticity of the brain. The brain is malleable, it's plastic, it's constantly evolving and changing, and it's constantly changing the circuitry based on what is being repeated. And if there's emotions attached to it, whether positive or negative or anywhere in between, it will even make it stronger. So the more that you come from an intention is another rule with this. But so the more that you have the intention that you're going to change your brain for the positive, to the programs that you want, and you're going to play those programs within the self-talk language app that Dr. Shad has created for all of us, the more you are going to have stronger programs that help you to have high self-esteem, that help you reach the financial success that you are looking for, that help you to have the winning relationships with your spouse, with others in the workplace. The more you're going to find success in your career, the more you're going to find success in your health and fitness, the more you're going to have success in weight loss, the more you're going to have success in defeating and finding these challenges and defeating problems. And the more success you're going to have in every single area of your life. That's how very powerful and empowering this self-talk is. And it's why I sit here every single day, or stand here, or whatever I'm doing, and share with you my successes, and share with you how I'm excelling in times of change. And probably in one of the most difficult that any of us, that is very, very common to all of us, is death, transition, transformation, the death of a loved one, and very common to all of us, depending on, with whether it be an illness or some tragedy or whatever it is. We all know about it, and we all feel it very uniquely when it is in our lives and we experience it in that human. The human experience is very unique to each of us, and so we all experience it differently. And I'm sharing this with you because this whole journey I have been sharing with you, because I want to show you how I would continue to excel in times of change, in times of great momentous change. And in one of the things that are most difficult to us, when we call it losing a loved one. I think it's more of gaining someone, gaining an energy field to guide us, to help us, to be there for us, that I can now call on. And one person put it this way. She sent out an email to a group that I have, and she wrote back that he's now able to that this is the path for him to help us even more so. He's more able to help us from the spiritual realm than he could in the physical realm. And it's, and guide and all of that. And it just resonated incredibly mucho for Lynette and myself, because the power comes from within, and we call that power from within. And we're not looking for, wow, babe, come save me, come fix everything. Now that you're in a very high frequency of power, and now you can really guide, and it is about guiding. It's not about saving. There is no one, no thing, nothing that can save you outside of you, that can fix things. And I'm not talking about like a mechanic fixing things. I'm talking about when you have a hole, like right now, if I had a hole like, I just felt so completely lost and devastated, like I did with my mother, when my bestest friend in the world. And that, I had such loss. I had such an identity of having a mother and loving her and having that. And all of a sudden I didn't have that. And it truly went from having her to not having her. And with Steve, there's been this very slow progression. And I've had to do more and more, like take care of the motorhome. Like I've had to drive it. I've had to service it. I've had to do fix a lot of things myself. I've had to do things in the house. I've had to, the cars, like absolutely everything. Lynette and I have really become way more self-sufficient. The finances, things I had really never done, and insurance, and man, there's so much, and that change is immense. Yeah, I tell you, when you have that tool of the positive self-talk that is changing your brain to tell you, I'm determined, I got this, I can prioritize, I know what I need to do, I set my goals and I achieve those goals, and I'm, it's really being proactive in your life. It's really saying, it's taking control of your life. And there's a program that's the positive self-talk for taking control of your life, and it is definitely a guide. It is definitely the steps to how you do that, and it is definitely telling your brain, this is what I want. This is what I want you to do. I want you to take control of my brain, and take control. I want to take control of my life, and I want you to help me, and here's how you're going to do it. These are the words you repeat to yourself. You have that intention that you're going to rewire your brain with programs that are stronger than the ones that are the 77% in our conscious minds, that are holding us back, that are counterproductive, that are even harmful, the 90 to 95% in our subconscious brains or mind, doing the same, holding us back, counterproductive, harmful, sabotaging us. Those are the on autopilot. The 90 to 95% are on autopilot, and it's when we're tired or when our first knee-jerk response to something. It's those programs that are the strongest, and we want to change these. I want to change mine. I've been doing this for well over a year at this point, and I truly believe that excelling in times of change has a lot to do with the choices you make based on your programs, which are based on your attitudes, which are your beliefs, and your beliefs are your programs. This is how it happens. Your programs create your beliefs create your attitudes create your emotions, your feelings about anything. Your emotions, your feelings create your actions, your behaviors. Your actions and behaviors create your results. And whatever it is that's going to happen, that's how you do it. And when you get control of that process, which is in your brain, then, and that is that neuroplasticity, you're going places. And the places you're going are called success places, because you are now in control of your life. You have taken control of that beautiful, amazing, call it a computer, more powerful than anything on planet Earth, your brain. More powerful than any computer, more powerful than any person, more powerful than anything, place, any noun, anything you can possibly imagine. A Lamborghini or whatever kind of car that can drive that you like, or any of those kinds of things. A big, beautiful home with all the, smart this, smart that, that's tracking you. And but what I'm saying is your brain, that is the most amazing gift. The most amazing gift. And you have that right now. And you can rewire that brain through neuroplasticity. You can rewire through repetition, through intention, through the feelings around it, your emotions that are knowing that this is where I want to go, this is what I'm doing, which is intention, but like excitement about it, and repetition. And the way you get that is listening passively while you're doing something else. There is no easier way. There is no finer gift you could give yourself or someone you love. And with this app, you can give up to 6 peeparoos. You can have up to 6 peeparoos on that app. So there's no better gift you could give your family. Even think about for Thanksgiving as being grateful. How about for the holidays? No better gift you could give someone than to empower them from within, so that they are their own inside motivator. They're the ones that they are self-motivated. They don't need anyone else outside of them to get them started, get them up, get them going. You won't need anyone. I mean, this is what self-talk does for you. It helps you to find your purpose. It helps you to set your goals, the right goals, all of that. And so I share all of this because your purpose is, how many can you have? How many do you want? You can have unlimited. And so long as they all line up to think about your overarching mission in life, you're going to flow. You're absolutely going to flow because you're in that boat with the rudder, knowing your direction. You know the direction in which you're going, and you have meaning in your life. Everything is around that purpose. Who are you serving, and how are you serving them? And how does it feel when you're giving? It's because as you give, you receive, and it's just so beautiful. The more you give, the more you receive. It's so incredibly, it's a universal law. Yet it's just that feeling feels so good. You think about when you've given a Christmas gift, or you've given a birthday gift, or you've done something really nice for someone, or you've gone, to a center where people, what I'm trying to think of, the I don't know, where people are, a home, and I can't think of the word, assisted living or something like that. And you go and you help people. So when Steve's mom was in the assisted living, I'd go visit several of those people all the time. I'd go to each of their rooms and help them with things, and sit and chat with them, and go to the social hours and hang out with them. And it was beautiful. I received, I learned, I received, I learned wisdom. I felt just like in the presence of people who had been there and were sharing. They were so happy to share, and they were so happy to have someone to chat with and to listen, someone that would listen to them and cared. And so the more that you give, I was giving, but man, was I ever receiving. And every single time I give, even the love and the care for Steve, the more I gave him, the more I got back in lessons. And maybe there was frustration. This is the human experience, right? There's frustration, there was fear, there was all these other low frequency emotions. But what truly came out of this whole experience was the learning to really seeing Lynette grow, seeing my brother, really seeing him come and help us in so many ways. He's a physical therapist, and now he has his own business, and now he's starting to get on YouTube where he can help people even more to help their physical bodies and to do it themselves, and things like that. And I'm just watching him. I watched him grow throughout this time. Myself, the expansion, the ability to change my perspective, the ability to change my attitude, the self-talk to change my programs, that changed my beliefs, that changed my attitudes, that changed my actions, my feelings, my emotions, that changed my actions and behaviors, that changed my outcome. And my outcome would come a lot: compassion and love for what was happening, and excelling in times of change. And you can do that too. You can absolutely do that. It is a journey, and it's a very easy journey with the self-talk, with that app, and getting 30 days free. Another step that you can take is hire me as your life coach. And when you do, I have several programs. I have one that's a month. I have month to month. I've got 3 months. I have a year. I have many programs, many ways you can work with me. I have spiritual coaching, but the life coaching is one where I will help you to change your mental programs. That's what I do. I help you change your mental programs. In that process, you will more than likely find your purpose. You will definitely set goals that serve you, goals that you can absolutely achieve, and change those mental programs, and move from saying things that hold you back, or stop you, or sabotage you. Change those mental programs to things that inspire you, lift you, move you forward, help you to achieve your goals, help you to find that success you want in every single area of your life. And that's a promise. That is a promise. I believe that 100,000 million percent. If that number exists, which everything does, that's how much I guarantee you that I will help you to change. I will help you to see things differently and come from a place of empowerment versus disempowerment. So I'd love for you to hire me as your life coach. I now have time where I can absolutely start to grow that side of what I do, and I will be offering getting together the group coaching as well. That might be a little more affordable, and I should say a little more affordable, depending on where you are and how you see how much you value investing in yourself for permanent change, because that's what I offer you. I offer you permanent change, permanent, very healthy, good change for finding success in every single area of your life. What if you gave yourself that gift for 25, starting in 24, going into 25? What would you do if you had 3 months of working with me? How far do you think you would get? You could get very, very far if you were listening to the self-talk and working with me. It's really, really beautiful. So let's get back to how many purposes can you have? What is your purpose? That's up to you. As long as all of your purposes work together and their paths lead in the same direction and you can fulfill them well, there is no limit to the purposes you can bring to life. That is the you, the second person, the higher self speaking to you. That is that version. Dr. Shad Helmstedter's version, the way he writes it in this book, which is very specific for the brain. How many purposes can I have? That's up to me. As long as all of my purposes work together and their paths lead in the same direction and I can fulfill them well, there is no limit to the purposes I can bring to life. I love you so very, very much. I believe in you. You can do this. You can do absolutely anything. You can have, do, be, change, create absolutely anything. You were born with unlimited promise and potential. And then it got covered up. Your brain, those programs got covered up for that unlimited potential and all that promise by other people's programs. And you can change that. You can change that when you get the self-talk app, which has the self-talk language that Dr. Shad Helmstetter created for us. And you can start doing that right away. I love you so very, very mucho. And as always, shining my light to brighten yours. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you.